Facebook parties. And so
Sorry,
I'm like, if it ain't, don't fix it for me, because I'm booked through March with Facebook parties. So
holy crap.
I tried to convince a couple hosts to go to the table, but they just weren't interested. So I'm like, I'm hitting my goals with what I'm doing. So why change it?
Yep.
Incredible.
I have against table at all, but my mom always told me if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, I know.
Agreed.
I'm with you, Ida. Yeah, why would you do that? I mean, you're just doing amazing. You had, you are just, your business all around is doing amazing. So you're getting the bookings, you've got the sales. I don't know where go ahead. Sorry.
I'm starting to come in too, and I'm excited because I have my first consultant that hit a trip, and Christy is about to get excellence this year too. So
awesome.
Yeah, I'm more excited about her achieving than I am.
I don't know. I think you should be pretty excited.
That's great.
Yeah, that is really awesome.
Christy started last October, and she hit level 1 trip in October. So within the year, she got her first trip, and I got it. I pull up my reports once a week on all my team to see where they're at, what they're doing. And when I seen that, I dropped everything and called her. I was just so excited. I was like, did you know you just got the trip? She's like, what?
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That really is. Good
it
for
really
you,
is.
Good for her. That is, I love that. I love that. So give us a little insight into what you are doing, because you are getting the bookings. I mean, and everything was everything turned for you. So go ahead. I'm going to let you tell the story.
Well, okay. Do you want me to tell my whole story, Patty?
Well, I mean,
the first thing I had to do was decide to be consistent. That was my word for this year, was consistent, and to touch my business every day. Now, as far as the bookings, I can't tell you one exact thing that I'm doing. I do a combination of things. One thing is I gold my host for 5 bookings. And when they 5 bookings, and I tell them about the 3 booking gift, and they were like, well, I only need 3. And I said, no, you need 5, because one of your friends are going to cancel, or they're going to reschedule, and it has to be in the next 6 months. So let's get 5. So I do that. And I also, when they're hesitant, I'll offer, get me 5 and I'll give you $10 off your host order.
okay.
So that's one of the things. I am doing the everybody wins in every party. I know we heard about that in one of our calls before. So I will do that, especially if the party is slow. And I tell you what, especially when the party is slow, because so many of my bookings, and I thought, okay, these people aren't participating. They're not really interested, but I'm going to try this anyway. But a lot of my $1,000 parties is from somebody who did not order or did not participate in the party. So, it goes back to don't prejudge anybody. So I do that. Those are the 2 main things I do, is coach my hosts to get 5. And I do that from the very beginning. And I'm like, first, when they book the party, I tell them, if you get me 3 bookings before the party starts, I give you an extra whatever. And it depends upon the person and the party and what party they come from.
What would you give as a gift? What would you give somebody that got 3 bookings before the party even started?
I could give them anything from, it depends on what's on there. Sometimes, that's another thing too, is I work real hard in getting their wish list. So if it's something on their wish list, I'll be like, oh my gosh, I love that item on your wish list. I tell you what, you get me 3 bookings before the party starts, and you'll get this item for free. It's no more than $25.
Okay.
And you know how that goes. By the time
right.
They discount and your commission's off of it, you're not paying $25.
That's exactly.
And like I said, what kind of I can afford at the time too. You know, so I really work really hard. I send them a card. I have a card that I send out to them about their wish list. I don't know if you guys can see this or if it's backwards for you, but I'll send them a card, you know, write about your wish list. You know, please put in your wish list so we'll know what you're working for. And then
you mail that.
I mail that. This
Okay.
card that I print and out to them.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, so together we can make a great team. So that's the first time I tell them about their wish list, and then pre-party I ask them about their wish list. Hey, I haven't got your wish list yet. What are we working for? Some, and you know how it is. Some hostesses are like, well, I don't know. I'm just doing this to help so and so. And I said, well, why, you know, Jamie, while you're helping Patty, why don't we get some free stuff in your kitchen? You know?
All right. So are you sending
you
that?
know?
Oh yeah, I love that. Are you sending that with some catalogs or that postcard is sent separate? Okay.
There's a separate mailing. You know, it's worth, to me, it's worth the 40 cents to get their wish list, because if I have their wish list, I have something to play with.
Right.
You know, and of course,
Love
sometimes they'll send you a wish list of 3 spatulas and a mixing chop. You know, and I'm like, girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need more than that. And then I would tell them, if this was your bridal shower, what would you like to get as a gift? You know, I create things to tell them how to get that wish list.
Okay.
So I do wish list to try to, and of course that wish list helps too to get the bookings, because if they're not getting everything in their party that's on their wish list, I'll say, guess what, Patty? You know that blah 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 you wanted? We can get that 40% off at your friend's party. So it's just working with them. And then when, you know, we have those hostesses that they just don't want to be worked with, I'll do the, actually at every party I do that, everybody wins. So,
Okay.
and I'll be honest, some parties I won't get but 2 bookings, and some parties I'll wind up with 8. And when I tell the host, you have 8 bookings, you know, it's like, what? And that's the host that I know did not contact her people to ask, because, you know, I got.
And everybody knows what the you know, everybody wins is, right? Does everybody know what the okay, Judy does not know, not familiar. You want to just give them a little rundown?
I don't know either. All right. Okay. Well, what it does, and I forget, Patty, I forget the lady's name that started. But,
it was somebody in Marna's team.
Marna used to do that with the free gifts. She used to say, okay, you know, your free gift is, you know, an e-cookbook, or at one time it was just the season's best cookbook. But now that we have those wonderful e-cookbooks, which I was really surprised that people absolutely love, because at first when I was offering the e-cookbook, I was thinking I was being chinchy. But they're excited to get to the e-cookbooks. I think they're gorgeous and, you know, wonderful. But anyway, so what I do is she comes up with, or I do too now, but I got it from her. So let me give her credit, and I'll figure out her name in a little bit, but she's on Marna's team. But what I do is I will, first of all, I'll do like early bird. Everybody who was an early bird winner, I'll say my early bird winners are blah, 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 blah. I have sent you a friend request and a message about your gift. So what I do is say, I normally give out an e-cookbook. However, let me get my exact words.
Yeah, that would be
Hold
great.
up.
And I should probably give you like ability to screen share just in case. Where did you go? I mean, I know you're right there, but what the heck?
Okay, it's you want me to screen share?
Yeah, wait, I'm making you the co-host. Okay, you should be able to do it now.
Okay. Well, I did not know I was going to be doing this today, guys.
I know. I was hoping you'd jump on. I didn't reach out to you before, but I was like, oh my God, we got to get her. I hope she does.
Sure, I'll brainstorm with y'all, and then here I am.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you can see this. It's Ann Miller. That's who it is. You see that? Everybody names words with Ann Miller. So right here, it's a very simple document, early bird winners. You know, I've sent you a friend request, and then the message is, you know, hi, and I make it personable, because then you don't look like you're copy and pasting. You know, so hi Patty, it's Ida the Pampered Chef Lady. I just wanted to take a moment to thank you for joining the party and congrats on winning. I usually give an e-cookbook as a prize, but I would love to offer you an upgrade to your prize to a free brownie pan. And it might be a brown, like I said, it all depends on what I can afford at the time. So it might be a brownie pan, it may be a mix and chop, it may be, whatever you do. And I'll say, previous host is one booking away. They're always one booking away. We know how that goes. From getting a big perk. So I wanted to offer you an upgrade, your prize, to our famous brownie pan, if you would host your own online party. I do all the work and you'll reap all the rewards. What do you think? So when they come back, of course, then I overcome any objections. And I use that Becca Yawn's overcoming objections. Is everyone familiar with that?
Give them a
Patty
refresher.
had posted. Huh?
Give them a refresher.
Okay. Give me 1 minute. I'll open up her.
Here you go.
What to say, overcoming objections. All right. So this is Becca Yawn's. And I know Patty had posted it before, and Becca was so gracious in sharing. That's one thing I love about this company.
Yeah.
I could sit here and cry on my anniversary about all the wonderful things about Pampered Chef. But Becca Young was wonderful to share. So basically what it is when they come back and say no, you go, it says no, no thanks, I'm not interested, what have you. You go, no problem, might I ask why it's not a good time? And so then they'll come back and they'll give you their excuse. And I've had people, that I just don't want to do parties, or it's just not something I want to do. And, I'm one that I will ask until you totally shut the door in my face. I'm one of those, those carpet cleaner people that keep knocking on the door until you shut the door in my face. I'm one of those.
Do you have Becca's words? Because this is still your everybody. Do you have Becca's words you were going to share with us? Because this is everybody wins. Okay.
Okay, I have to stop sharing, reshare. I don't know why it does that. Okay, here we go. All right, so for example, if they come back, I'm too busy, and these are Becca's words, and I will take it and have it sound like me, because I'm not Becca Yawn, nor is Becca Yawn me. So I will take it, and these are Becca's exact words, but I will take it and make it my own. It says, I totally get that. So party, I'm too busy. So online parties are designed for crazy, busy schedules like yours. I do 90% of the work, yada, yada. So you try to overcome those objections. Like right now it's not a good time. I will offer them in, and that's why I'm booked out till March, because I'm like, you know what? Or, well, a lot of my friends done parties I've already seen, or we already have everything you have, or what have you. Well, then I will offer the new season, and have them and book out. And usually the new season is about 6 months away. So it's within the 6 month time period of the host party. And I just work it that way. And if they say no, thank you, then I offer them to join my VIP group. I don't stop, or I'll say, hey, it's not a good time now. Maybe I'll check with you later. And some will say, check with me later. And I do. And like I said, I don't stop until it's like, don't call me, I'll call you. So that's, and to go back to the everybody wins, I just think of different things like, oh my gosh, we hit our goal in number of attendance. I've got some extra prizes. I've even put one time I've even put, I'm so cool, I just feel like giving away extra gifts, and everybody wins. So I'll break them up into like 10 or 12 winners, depending upon the size of the party, and just think of things. I mean, one time I'm like, oh my gosh, it's sunny outside. It's been raining for a week. I feel like giving away free prizes. And they just think that's hilarious. So, and they think I'm the most generous person in the world.
Yeah.
So
is it the cookbooks that you're giving away, Ida? Are you giving away the e-cookbooks?
The e-cookbooks, yeah. And if they tell me no, I'm not interested, and actually, I have it on boards on my phone, and I have it on my computer if I'm not on my computer. But even if they say no, even in Messenger, I just give them the link to the e-cookbook. And they're like, well, thank you. That's so kind of you.
Yeah,
No
'cause
problem.
always come back and remember that.
I'm the sweetest thing in the world.
I love it.
So that's what I've been ever since. Yeah, you guys, I'm not creating the wheel here at all. I mean,
No.
like I said, one from Ann, the other one came from Becca. And I just use those resources, and they've been working real well for me.
Here's something you said, Ida. You said, I am consistent and I touch my business every day.
Exactly.
Huge, huge. That is huge, because you are out, you're working your business, and now you are booked up for the next 3 months. So yeah, that is way cool.
Yeah.
So you are reaching out to every single person in the party, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
So
ma'am.
that's something that you're doing consistently.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you are host coaching beyond, because you are asking your host to get you these bookings beforehand. And how does that, and they don't, how does that work with them? Are they, because I've never got bookings really before the show, you know, well, maybe I used to.
I don't get a whole lot of them, but it
Okay.
plants the seed. I found for me, if I waited until the party, it doesn't sink in. You know how it is. You got to tell somebody at least 5 times before it sinks in.
Yep.
So same way with recruiting your host. The booking things is the same way. So if I tell them ahead of time, it has them thinking of people in the party, thinking of people to host. So, if I tell them that, and then in the beginning of the party, I'm like, okay, you have a list of people. Do you have a list of people that you may think may want to host? I know we talked about the pre-booking, but I tell you what, if we get 5 bookings by the end of your party, then I'll give you blah, 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 blah.
Wow.
So it gets them. So I don't get every now and then I get surprised with, people booking before the party even starts, but it gets them thinking at least,
Yeah.
to get going.
You got your host all in. You are talking to them way before the show. And you are getting their wish list. I love how you send that card ahead of time. And do you send them catalogs too, or no, just the postcard?
I send one catalog. Unless they request more, I send catalogs. I'm a big believer in the catalogs because I like sitting with it's just me, my old nature too. And I like sitting with the catalog and circling what I want or folding the pages down or what have you. So I send it to my host. And every now and then when they get their catalog, they like, oh, I got my packet in. I usually send their packets out at least 3 weeks ahead of time. That way they'll call me. They will call. I don't ask them, but they'll call me when they want, can I get an extra catalog to send to work with my husband, or, bring it to the office or what have you. Then I'll send them an extra one. But I usually I send them one catalog. I send them, of course, the recruiting flyer, the party flyer, and the specials. That's what I usually send them.
Okay. All right.
So I used to send the little recruiting booklets, but I just find that the recruiting flyer, because I can print that here at home, is much better than spending the extra money on the booklets.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, awesome.
That's me.
Yeah, you're doing all the right
Ask a
things.
question, Ida. I'm curious, a couple of things. Your Facebook parties, could you give an idea of just kind of like what your length of time is that you're doing these days? And also, I was just kind of curious, reaching a lead at that 150, which is just, I'm so proud of you. I just almost makes me just have tears, honestly. No, really, truly, you inspire me. That 150,000, what percentage of that is in sales? I'm just curious. That's just something I'm curious about. But I'm also just wondering, like, your Facebook parties, what your outline is, or how many days are you going at this point?
once again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm still doing 5-day parties. I don't have any special, like, I don't do like, stoneware day or whatever. I'm kind of mismatched with my parties. I'm learning to get better, but I will set up the party on a Wednesday and have the host start inviting people. Sunday, I do pre-party, get to know me, get to know you. Here's a couple games, etc., to get them interested. And then Monday, I'll start with recipes, products, games, etc. And I do that Monday through Friday, but I give them I keep the party open through Sunday to get those extra orders, and then Monday the host orders. So I mean, it's that's what, 7.
That's quite a bit. How many posts a day would you say on average that you do?
I usually start about 9 o'clock in the morning till about 4, and I usually do a post like every hour,
Yeah. 9 to 4.
So it's like 7, 8. Yeah.
Okay.
I do 9, 4, 5, sometimes into the evenings, but I find they're still going back to commenting on the old posts. I say old posts, the ones throughout the day. I don't do it into the evenings, and I don't know why. I guess it's just been working for me.
Mhm. And do you use Post My Party, Send Share, or Facebook Scheduler? What are you using?
I use Post My Party. Yeah.
Cool.
And my posts are usually, I'll pick out, I first of all, I start with our electronics, our big, I used to say our big tools would used to be the deep covered baker, but
Yes.
it's amazing how much we've changed and what our power tools are. My power tool used to be the deep covered baker. But now, of course, we've got the air fryer and all those. So I start with my power tools. I pick out recipes for my power tools, using the power tools, and then whatever other tools you would use in that recipe, that's what I would post. Now, of course, if we've got new things, and I always put enrichables in there. I actually have 6 Taste Buds subscriptions that I get every month. So that's good. That helps when you wake up on the 1st and you've already got orders in.
Yeah.
And I want to push next year. I want to push that a little bit more and do more with that, because I really love the Taste Buds stuff. But so I do enrichables, I do Taste Buds in there. But as far as the other items, it's whatever goes with those recipes. Another thing I do, when they put, what would you like to see? Because part of my questions is, how do you know the host? Where are you from? What's your favorite Pampered Chef products, and what do you like to see new? If it's something that I haven't already scheduled to post, I'll usually find one of the videos from Pampered Chef and post, whatever they'd like to see. And I would tag that person in it. I'll be like, hey, Jamie, here's the thing you want to see. And guess what? You get to see how it works. So I'll do that, in the party. And I usually, because on Sunday, by Monday, they've commented on what they like to see. So I will pre-schedule those throughout the party. But I use Post My Party. I live by Post My Party.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How many shows are you doing on average in a week? Like, what's the maximum that you feel comfortable doing?
In a crunch, I've done up to 14 shows in 1 week, but that's like in a crunch. And I'm like,
holy cow.
that, but hey, if they want to book, I'm gonna book them. But on average, I do 8 to 10 shows a week.
Okay.
But I mean, that came from because my calendar was getting so full that I didn't want to push them out till next June. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I add them on. But that also takes into consideration, especially since I started doing the Everybody Wins. I do get those hosts who are, well, I just booked a party just to help, Patty. And so they're not as participating. So this is what's great about doing that many shows a week is when I have a show that bombs or the host ghosts me, it doesn't affect me. It's like, okay, follow her away. It doesn't affect me. when I started doing this, if a show canceled on me, I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? You know? So
Yeah.
that's why I like to do 2 shows a week. I'm hoping to cut that down. Another, goal is to cut it down and get my show averages up better. It's about 6 something, right? It was 6 something. I think it went down a little bit this month because.
No, you're still 6 something. Your sales average is over 6.
I am.
Something like that.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's not bad.
And you're averaging about $10,200 a month in sales, because your overall for the year so far, you're at almost 123,000 just
Oh my
in
God,
sales, just in personal sales.
that's
Now,
amazing.
that is amazing, because I'm going to look from where she was last year. I mean, like, although last year I think you were still doing good. I mean,
Well,
no, you're way ahead of you were last year. You are, oh my gosh.
That's
So
incredible.
last year you did about 50,000 in total personal sales. You are at 100, almost 23,000 right now.
Wow.
You were at 50,000 last year.
That's amazing.
That is freaking amazing. And she
They're
had
amazing.
13 wait, you had 13, wait, I think it was 13 recruits, 12 recruits, and 8 qualified.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And the year's not over, I'm sure.
Yeah. So are you going for excellence in sales? Obviously you already got that, but excellence in recruiting too?
Yeah.
I was telling Patty the other day, I said I did excellence in sales, last year. So I got it for this year. And so my goal, and that's just it, guys. I do look at the numbers because I love doing numbers, but if you set yourself goals for everything else is going to fall into place. If you set yourself the goal for excellence, everything else is going to fall into place. Or the trip, Patty, I'm going to tell them our funny story about my first trip. My very first trip that I earned, Patty and I were text messaging each other December 31st. And I think it was like 10 o'clock at night. Patty's like, have you got it yet? And I'm like, not quite yet. And I think it was like 11:15. I'm texting Patty and I'm like, Happy New Year, I got it.
You were 45 minutes early.
Year, I would not be waiting till the last minute to earn a trip.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing.
My goal is to earn a trip, and now it's to earn elite trip before the end of November, so I'm not bothering Patty on New Year's Eve.
It's okay. Bother away, girl. I mean, this is really this is just your business. I am just like, you are that wow thing, just that consistency and that wow thing. I'm like, I mean, it really does work when you work it. And I love the fact that she's, setting these goals, obviously, it's not just a dream for her. It's not just one of those dreams. And I noticed her little beach house in the back. That's her kind of her little, right? Isn't that your little beach house? It's hard to tell. Yeah. I think it is. My big scary goal is to own a beach house on the beach before I die. If it's 2 days before the Lord takes me home, I'm gonna have a beach house on the beach. So when I lost my full-time job, which I'm sure some of you have read my story. I know Jamie, you did, that I posted today. So when I lost my job and I said, you know what, this is it. And Patty and I had been talking for a long time. I was wanting to do this full time anyway. And so I said, this is it. And that's what I mean. You got to be consistent, and you got to convince yourself that you're going to touch your business every day, no matter what, because it makes a big difference. Really and on those days, I just like it. I'm telling you. And the beauty of it, especially we're doing Facebook parties or virtual parties or whatever type of parties you're doing online, it's portable. So I could be laying in my bed sick, and I'm going to host coach my hosts. I'm going to send out those texts. And I recently just started with Project Broadcast. I was using Amy, and yes, I've converted over, Patty. I was just, that was one of my questions. I was like, I know you were using Amy. I was doing the Amy thing, and then I was like, I don't know. I signed up for Project Broadcast, didn't really do much with it. Now I'm like, oh my gosh, this is been a godsend. So tell us what what kind of, what's happening with you.
Well,
With this.
with me,
Yeah, like how is this changing you? Because,
with GSAM, you see, with Amy, my biggest downfall was having to type the orders in. And when I first started Amy, you know, they were great, and they didn't have our catalog in there yet. So I was putting the orders in, but I was doing only 1 to 2 shows. My husband's looking in like, is she on a call? I was doing 1 or 2 shows, you know, just a couple shows a week because I was working a full-time job there. So Amy was perfect. But it got to where doing 10 to 12 parties, 8, 10, 12 parties a week, it got really redundant putting those orders in. But I knew how important customer follow-up is. And I'm gonna tell you, ladies, that's a big, Denise, I didn't see you pop in there.
yeah, remember she was Nancy Joe Ryan.
Oh, that's what it was. But that's another thing too, is follow-up. I mean, you know, customer care and follow-up, that's like my number one thing. And so with Amy, you know, I knew how important it was, so I was taking the time out to do it, but it was taking me a long time to do that. So I was just like virtual parties. I went kicking and screaming about Project Broadcast because, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, it was beginning to where Amy was broke because I was taking too much time to do it.
Yeah.
So I jumped on DSAM and Project Broadcast, and it's just made a big difference in time-wise to be able to touch my business.
Yeah.
So
you're doing the customer care portion of that. You're really, you know, you're really doing a whole lot with customer care. And obviously, it's working because look at all the additional bookings that you are getting. So I think that is amazing. Yeah.
Well, and it's not even that, it's the additional sales too, you know. I mean, I have customers every year that order from me from Christmas. I won't hear from them all year long, but at Christmas time, there'll be orders popping in. And it's only because, you know, I send them a link to the new catalog, you know, every new season, or I send them a recipe or what have you. I you know, keep myself in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
I send birthday cards. I send Christmas cards. It's just keeping in front of your customers, you know, just keeping in front of your customers. Yeah. Another thing, I do 2 big vendor events every year too, which I started that from day one, the vendor events, because I had to get out of my circle. And that
didn't you just come off of a vendor event? Tell them your results on a vendor event.
Yeah, this is actually it's the second time I did it, but I did it last year, and it was in a different place, and it was pouring down raining, and it was muddy, and I thought, oh my God, I'm never doing this again. Well, they went back to their original place, and it was a beautiful weekend. So it was a great big Christmas extravaganza in my area. And I did cash and carry with products I had stocked away in my other shed. So, and I got $400 in sales at, you know, cash and carry sales. I had $1,800 in orders, and I have 206 contacts.
Wow, that's amazing.
So, which I'm working on today. That's what I was working on until I seen the message where Patty says, "I'm going to jump in for some brainstorming."
Yeah.
I didn't know I would be the one.
Yay! Yay!
So yeah, that you know, it's a God thing. But so back to my beach office, I don't think I finished. Yeah. So when I decided to do this full time, my husband helped me get an office in the back, a separate office, so I wouldn't be disturbed. And I decorated it in beach colors, as you can see, my little beach sign. I'll have to show you.
Yay!
Wait, I'm trying to get the words. Live every moment, laugh every moment,
Oh
love
my
beyond
gosh,
words.
I never noticed that on there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
So I decorated I have a sign outside that says beach house. So we call my office the beach house to keep it in front of me that's what I want to do.
Love it, love it.
Hey, Ida, did you say you went to DSAM with Project Broadcast?
Yes, I sure did, Denise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That has been a lifesaver.
Yeah.
if it would not have been for DSAM, I probably would not have gone to Project Broadcast, because it would have been the same as Amy, having to putting everything in.
Except for the drip. Are you using drip campaigns though?
I am.
Okay, because that's what makes Project Broadcast. Because I switched to Project Broadcast before, from Amy, before DSAM was around. So that was because in fact I was still kind of using Amy a little bit because of the, with my team. But the drip campaign. I like the follow-up. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I still have Amy because I still have customers in there, that'll pop up, and I still, until those customers kind of convert, or they're just so old, that, so I'm still.
You can import them, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I just have a lot of different stuff in Amy. So it's just going to be, next couple months. It's just,
I would
just want to make
export it into like a spreadsheet before you try to import it. So at least then you still have it. That's what I did. I created a spreadsheet. The thing, so I created I found a way to create a drip campaign in Project Broadcast for my follow-up calls. So, your 24, 48, 72, you can create a drip campaign where if you, I send out a message for the ask to book, right? And then I attached a 24-hour, 48, and a 72-hour call, message to it. And if they reply to any of those messages, it kicks them out of the other ones. So it doesn't keep sending the other ones. But if they don't reply, then they don't get the 24, then they'll keep getting the 24, the 48-hour one, and the 72. But if they don't, you know what I mean? But if they do, it'll kick them out of that, which I love. So now I'm keeping up with that, always following up.
Yeah, I love that. We need to do I know I can't even imagine. Is there anybody else on Project Broadcast on here? Probably not.
I just started.
Okay.
And that was because it started with Anna Luck talking about DSAM over the summer. It just got me thinking. And then all these months, it's like, oh, if I was on Project Broadcast, I could probably be doing this right now. I could probably be doing that right now. And I realized everybody was talking about how much sales we were going to have online this year for Christmas, not just Pampered Chef, but nationwide, everybody's gonna be shopping online. Everybody's gonna be shopping online. And I'm like, I'm not good about customer follow-up. I need to reach out to everybody. And so I got on Project Broadcast just so that I could send something to every single person. And just be like, hey, I'm still here, shop with me. But because I hadn't reached out, that's why I had asked on the team chat, what can I give them? Because I felt like there had to be value. It wasn't going to be like, hey, haven't heard from you in a year. Don't you want to shop with me? I wanted to be like, hey, how are you? Here's the thing for you. Oh, and by the way. So, I mean, I don't know how successful it was. A whole bunch of people said they didn't want to hear from me anymore. They clicked stop or whatever, which I did expect it. And like on the one hand, my feelings were hurt, but on the other hand, I was like, oh, good, I'm gonna have enough credits for my next campaign. So and I did get $200 in sales in an hour. So that was that's all the sales I got from it, but it was in the first hour. So that was exciting.
That is very exciting.
It paid for itself.
There you go. See? Yeah. I know.
But I would love to have a call about drip campaigns. Like Denise, that sounds like that's what I need. The follow-up, just the idea of follow-up is so overwhelming that I don't do any of it. And that's stupid. I know that, but
that's where I was missing.
It's paralyzing.
Because I was using a spreadsheet and I was highlighting and, before, like, because I was like, okay, it was a two-way contact, but after that two-way contact, I might still need to have followed up. So I was missing
Yeah.
those.
Yeah.
So now, I mean, even this past week, even just people, I went back to who ordered Christmas gifts with me last year. You know, I have a few families that like, they order all their, so I called, you know, I messaged them, you know, hey, Darla, how are you doing? I'm just letting you know it's getting close to Christmas, you know, cut off, you know, can I help you with any gifts? And then I created a 24, 48, 72 for that one, not just about bookings, about, hey, you know, you know, life gets busy, just making sure you got my message, you know. So I'm doing that now with all of my different types of contacts, creating those so that they're following up. And yeah, I got one dad that had his daughter in the call. He called me back the next day. Oh yeah, he goes, Miss Denise, I'm so sorry I didn't get back with you, but I got my daughter in the car with me. Here's my credit card. Let her get whatever she wants.
Oh,
You know, so yeah. So yeah, so she just got a brand new apartment, moved out on her own. She got a
oh my
divorce.
gosh, how awesome.
And so yeah, we're stocking up her kitchen. So I'm like, hey,
Nice.
talk about paying for itself, right?
Yeah, I
So
know.
yeah, so I'm going over to her house later today. So we're gonna talk and show her, you know, what
There you go.
so
That
yeah,
is
so
awesome.
yeah, so it is amazing to have
Yeah.
that, to be able to,
Yeah.
you know, I've had a lady, you know, tell me her son was sick, and I'll schedule text message, hey, how is John doing? Just
Yeah.
go out 3 days later, so I don't forget to ask her. You know, I mean, I'm loving
I
it.
love
Yeah.
Loving
Denise,
everything about it.
I would love to get with you and learn how to do a lot of that because I'm so new at it. You
Yeah.
know,
Maybe we
If
can
you
schedule
can-
something for next week or something, right? We
I
can-
do have
Yeah.
so I'm part of a mastermind group. I did do a training Monday before last. I'll send you that video link.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Put it in the chat, just in case
I
anybody
will.
else would love to hear that. Yeah, that would be great.
And then, and I just touched base on it, but I am doing one weekly right now,
Yeah,
just on
good.
Project Broadcast.
Yeah.
So, it's gonna be,
Another-
I think we're doing
Another one.
it next week. I'll
Well,
get
one
the
of
date.
the, I'm like you, Jennifer. I was like, I want to do math, but Amy, you have to pull everyone up and do it one at a time. And I wanted to,
Yeah.
I wanted to do math, you know. So one of the things I wanted to do math send was my pantry customers, those that order anything from the pantry.
Yeah.
So
I already got
now-
that set up.
up in Project Broadcast at the 10th of every month. I send it to them and say, hey, and it might go to someone who just ordered something, but it also triggers them to go, you know what? I want to try this other seasoning. So I send them saying, hey, I'm doing I'm doing my pantry order on the 15th because nobody wants to buy a $7 seasoning and pay $8 in shipping, right?
Yeah.
So I will have that, and sometimes I get a big order, sometimes I get no orders, sometimes I get just two orders. But I will have them send me, you know, text me what you want, and I will do a mass order, and then I'll just charge them $1 or $2 for shipping, which is what all it cost me. And sometimes I might just break even on it, but it's good customer service, you know, and then they refer friends to me, and they, you know, etc. So that's one of the things I do. I do a monthly pantry order.
I love it.
And it's
I
Because
took a step further on that. I made a Google spreadsheet, a Google form, and I put all the pantries on them, and I send them that, and they fill it out as to what they want.
so good.
And so it drops it into an Excel spreadsheet for me. My last pantry month order was $500.
That's what I want to get. That's what
Yeah.
I want to get because I was getting some from when I was doing Amy, but I had to find the time to message them all. Now it's going to match. I can't wait this next month in January because I got to download my Amy pantry people. But in January, I can't, you know, that's going to be my math one, and I'm going to see
And
what that is.
if they do 6 or less, they do curbside. If they order 7 or more, I'll ship them out for them.
wow.
Yeah.
And
Well, I know that.
Oh, go
I
ahead.
know most of my are out of state, you know, so you know,
Yeah,
I'll
that
work with
probably
that.
wouldn't work. Yeah.
That's
So-
put a mini catalog or flyer about what the host special is or what have you, and
Yeah.
follow up with that, you know.
Right.
So
Yeah. So the other thing I was going to
It's big.
say is in Project Broadcast, you could put your local people, like you can send out a message, like they'll tag them with just local people so that they're not your long distance people.
Right.
That video is in Ryan Rockstars under guides. It's Monday trainings.
Okay.
And
all
it's,
right.
yeah, it's in there. So we post them. We do a training every Monday on different things, but
Okay. All
in
right.
that mastermind, and it's in there.
Thanks. All right. Monday, Ryan Rockstars. Okay. All right. Okay. So you know what? I want to switch gears a little bit because, you know, like January is right around the corner and there's such a benefit to getting some of our shows in early so that we can get double points for that. So what is everybody got? What do we got here? I mean, are we doing, I'm planning on, I'm going to do something at the very end of the month. I think like a birthday bash or something that carries over to January. So
I'm doing an after Christmas sale using shared rewards. I've always done an after Christmas sale every year. Now this time I don't have to pay for it.
yeah.
Rewards, and I'm going to hold it open and have that hit January 1st.
Okay. So no shared rewards. You said you're going to do it shared rewards. Okay.
I'm gonna do it after.
Okay.
I send it out to my CCE. I send a CCE, do my VIP group and stuff. And I'm gonna do it as a sports party.
Yeah. I love it.
And then
that's
get
great.
that first.
Yeah.
Or that first week in January.
Yeah. I'm gonna reach out to a whole bunch of people that I haven't followed up with or needed to reschedule this year. So, or what about people that have not, finished out their shows? What about those people? Because January, so I don't know if anybody else noticed, because we were on a call this morning and the NEDs are like, what do you mean the electronics are on sale? So besides the double free, 4 of the electronics are actually on sale for the host, which
In January?
yeah, I know a lot of people, I was like,
that's crazy.
yeah, I know that is crazy. Yeah, for sure.
50% off, and then you get the double hose. It's
I know.
crazy.
That's going to be really good. Yeah,
A
for sure.
$2 party, you can get one electronic 50% off. Amazing.
Yeah, I love that. So what else?
Yesterday during the trip reveal, I got a little bit confused. They mentioned, and maybe I was not paying close enough attention, but they said something about that there was going to be some other announcement today for something to do with, is that for a consultants for us, or is that for our customers, or what was that?
So I think you guys know what the consultant special is, right? The bag, right? There's a little bag.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. There's like a little reusable shopping bag. Isn't that next month? I don't know. I think it is.
They were gonna announce to all the rest of the consultants today. They were gonna get
for that. But so
trip, right?
And the other thing is I didn't think they spilled the beans on all the announcements. Even we did not get that, but we are all assuming that it's probably a recruiting promotion.
Okay.
So, I mean, because I think are all the sales promotions out? I don't know.
Well, I've been checking the marketing imagery, and now it's finally up for the consultant sales offer for the grocery tote bag set in January. It wasn't there earlier.
Okay.
So that's there. So I just didn't know if there was something else going on, but
So
that's great.
I'm thinking that there is, but I think I can't be 100% certain, but all of us were kind of talking like, oh yeah, it's probably the recruiting promotion.
And that's for January also?
That's going to be right. That would be for January. So not everything is out unless they decide to throw something else out there, because right now I think they have, an extra gift for the host before is it the 10th of the month? They have the
15th.
double free. I mean, the 15th of the month, they have the double free. They have the consultant special out now. So I think that's pretty much the only thing they haven't covered is the recruiting part of that.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that they're going to get started with a good recruit, which we could always use. So for sure. Yeah.
And what the tote thing that you're talking about, that's January also?
Yeah, the tote thing is for the consultants. So they, how they always do something for the consultant. Yeah. It's a cute little tote. It looks cute. It's just a reusable little tote.
It says on here that they're gonna reveal something else on January 17th.
January 17th or December 17th
It says January, it's gonna reveal on January 17th.
for,
It says, it talks about that when you submit 1,000 in commissionable sales in January, you'll earn the grocery tote bag set. This includes 3 water resistant tote bags that you can use to shop sustainably, da 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 da. And then it says revealed on January 17th. Use January to get February bookings. In February, you can earn the rest of the Pampered Chef tote bag collection by submitting
Oh.
commissionable sales. So get a head start by booking February parties right now.
yeah, so
Check
that's,
back.
yeah.
It says check back on January 17th to find out what products you can earn in February.
Yeah, I think, yeah, that's definitely a consultant thing. So I mean, I think that this is gonna be something that they're still revealing in December. But I don't know, I don't know that it's gonna be today. I was thinking like maybe next week is kind of what I was thinking, that that was not gonna be done until next week, from what I could understand what they were doing there. Yeah. But you know, one of the other things that I think would be a really great idea is getting our consultants on board with a lot of this, because you know, at the beginning of every single year is like a fresh start for everybody, you know, consultants and direct, everybody, you know, they're feeling like I could do this, I could earn this next trip. And so I was thinking that maybe if we did like just a org booking blitz, maybe, you know, I don't know if we should do it the week after Christmas, or what do you guys think? And would you be up for it? Like if we all participated, we can all share, we can just create a group, we could all be admins of the group, and then we can add our people into the group, and then we can do some type of booking blitz there. But I was going to do this. So I got this idea from Marna, and she did did she do like hashtag, is it free for all or hashtag something? So it's a hashtag with something that we would add on to that. And people could post once they've, you know, earned that level, like it would be the $1,000 level. Like I think, oh no, I know what it was. It was hashtag 1,000, hashtag 2,000, hashtag 4,000, hashtag 6,000. So it was at whatever level they were earning next, you know, and then she was kind of doing some drawings for anybody that on a weekly basis that participated or got in on that. So I don't know, it would be great. And then this way, one person doesn't do all the work, we can all participate. And as long as we can put a couple of different things in there, maybe we can just do a round robin thing and do it for what, maybe a week? Should we do it for a week, or should we do it more for like 3 days, 2 days, a week? What do you guys think?
Who did that call that did the bingo, that they're giving out bingo slips every month? And then
Oh yeah, I've done that bingo thing before.
But they're actually giving out bingo, and then every month they're doing a bingo drawing, but they get a bingo card for like if they hit this, you know,
yeah.
And so I'm gonna do. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So I'm doing that with my team. I'm going to give if they get green by the 10th, if they get 4 parties, you know, if they, you know, so we're doing certain things. So they're going to get a bingo. I ordered them. They actually have different colors, like they've got 5 different colors, so I can rotate the colors per month.
Okay.
And then we're going to do a bingo. We're just going to have a bingo night every once a month for games.
Fun. Yeah, that's a great idea.
But they're gonna earn a bingo slip for a card to play with for each, you know, for hitting different things, you know, and then I can make up random ones during the month too, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for each recruit, you know, they might get 3 bingo cards or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, just depending on what it is, for every 4 and 1 more, you know, something like that, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I told them we're going to do it. I just haven't set the parameters yet.
Yeah.
But did y'all see that thing that Tiffany Foreman posted in the directors where she broke down what they need to earn the trip?
Oh, I did not see that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. So that's like what I really want to share with them. So in other words, if your average party sells this much, this is how many parties you need. But if you have one recruit, then you only need this many parties a month. You
Okay,
know, so it gives
It's
them
awesome.
a tangible goal.
yeah, I love
You
that.
know, it is
Okay.
awesome.
It's in the
because-
director group?
Yeah, and it's got the Pampered Chef Director Group. And so that is something we're gonna have meetings tonight, and I'm gonna show them all that, because I think, you know, giving them something tangible like that to say, you're gonna earn the trip to California, or you're gonna earn the trip if you do this.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, I love
I
that.
have it on.
did you
I have it
take
on my computer.
screenshots?
Do you want me to?
Yeah, show it's
Oh, yeah,
awesome.
let's see.
All right, give me a second to pull it up. I used it on I did a team meeting last night with Trip Reveal, and I used it on that. Well, actually, you know what? Give me one second. I said I have it on my computer, but let me let me get to it, because I have it in Canva. Go ahead, keep talking. I'll pull it up.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, okay, Jennifer, oh, people keep moving around now. Okay. No, I like that idea. Tiffany's always good about that. It's easy to break it down. And I think that, oh, I know what I wanted to say. The green buy with the $150 in sales. So some of the other executives were talking about, why are we making green only 150? Like, and now may be the time to change it, but you know, to get the recognition or whatever, maybe kick it up to 500. I don't know what your thoughts are, but you know, I guess strive for more. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, it's just kind of something. So yeah, I don't know. Just a thought.
Okay, this is basically what I did with my team last night. I did Are You Travel, then I told them about, it was after they saw the video, then I told them about the different resorts and what all the resorts had
Yeah.
and what is included. Let me get to there. All right, this is what Tiffany has in there.
Okay, got it.
So first of all, summary report to stay on track, you know, what your where you should be at the end of each month, depending on what your goal is
Okay.
for the levels, you know. And then this is what Denise was talking about. See right here,
Yeah.
it says
Oh,
level
yeah.
one, you know. If you have one new person, you're going to get 3,000 points because of that qualified, because every time a recruit qualifies, you get 3,000 points, which means you have 57,000 points that you need. Well, that means, you know, for each month, your sales should be 4,750. And then it breaks down, you know, if your sale average is 400, then you need about 12 shows. If your
Okay.
average party sales is 500, then you round up 9.5 shows, because you can't have a half a show, so you say 10 shows. But then I told them, yeah, sometimes you feel like you have 9.5 shows, but I told them, you know, you need 12 shows, you know, because you want to have that push to make sure you have 10 shows. But this Tiffany, I messaged her and told her I love her being a nerd.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. Look at what a difference it is with, you know, 2-person, even 3-personal team levels. Look at how much it drops, you know?
Yeah, I mean, just being a director, so that even gives them more incentive to see why they want to promote, you know, why, you know, so then, yeah. And so I'm running the director boot camp.
There you go.
Yeah.
And this doesn't even, it does not include paid as points. So, which means, you know, it would be even more, because I mean, you're a director, you're going to get 12,000 for the whole.
Oh, look at that.
You know?
You only would need to do $6,250 a month. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah. With
And
5
that's
personal
not
team
including your
members.
paid as, probably do like,
Awesome. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
anyway. But it is in the director page.
All right, I'm going to get that. This is great. Thank you, Ida. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. I have not, I did not see.
Yeah, that was
I love it. Yeah. To me, that's
But,
inspiring. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
she has the pictures and the spreadsheet in the
Oh,
director
okay.
page.
I love that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, one of the things I think about when I think about this is that, people look at that and they're like, I think most people go, ugh, I can't do that or whatever. Although even though it's the beginning of the year, people are like, they're kind of on board for it. But I think people need a mindset before they, before anything else,
Mhm.
they need to, and I don't know if you guys saw this. So Donna McDonald, for you guys, I don't know that the average consultant would do that. Oh, Jamie's got to go. Okay. You guys have
Bye,
a good
Jamie.
weekend. Bye, Jamie. I was going to talk about the vision board. I didn't, that vision board that person's doing. Okay. Are you doing it? Are you going to do it? Yeah. Okay, good. Don't forget, I think it's reimbursable too. Yeah.
They told us it was.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I don't
I think
know if
that
you guys, I just think to myself, like, I think, there's an Italy trip also. That's an executive trip. Now I haven't really earned an executive trip in a while. I think the Med Cruise was the last one that I earned. Was it the last one or the Alaska? I don't even remember what it was, but, and I looked at what we have to do, and I'm like, oh my gosh, 12 recruits, and our time is not a whole year. Our time, I think, only goes till September or whatever. But I remember, being, I was like, oh my God, that's my trip of a lifetime, just like the Alaska cruise was, and I'm like, oh my gosh, 12 recruits. But I look at that and I go, you have to have a plan for that. It just doesn't happen. Like with everything else, like with what Ida did, with what Denise is doing. I mean, with what everybody else is doing, it just doesn't magically appear. Becky, you've been through a lot of that before, managing to earn trips and stuff, right? You know what I'm talking about. Girlfriend.
Yeah, I can tell you right now, I'm about 1,300 points from Puerto Rico.
Ooh, girl, what are you doing?
And that'll be my first level too.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing. So I remember, well, let's not wait till the last minute. Like, okay.
I'm trying. I'm trying now.
I know. You are like this close. I know.
But I refuse to stress over it anymore.
Yeah, I know.
It is what it is. If it's meant to happen, it's going to happen. It's not going to be for lack of trying,
No, I know. But 1,300 points. Now I want you to, like, I think to myself, like, you're there. Like,
I got a couple things in my pocket.
Yeah, do that Cinderella challenge. We're still close enough.
I've got my Slice of the Month club that I'm going to wait and see what I need at the end of December. If that's going to be enough to put me there, then I'll put it in. If not, then it'll go in January 1st.
Yeah. Did you try to share rewards?
I've got 2 shared rewards parties. Well, one just closed yesterday. It was a bomb. It flopped.
There's that thing. Have you seen the bread thing for the food bank?
Yeah. Show. Can you screen share, or did you see that?
I can't.
Oh, the bread buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
I'm sure if you need $1,300, that people are very generous, especially with bank. That might help.
I haven't seen that. Somebody post that. I want to see.
Can you post it on my team page? Did you post it? Did you come up with that?
No, I saw it and I posted it. I put it in your chat, the Mo Sereno.
Oh, okay. Okay. We'll get it to you, Becky. Okay.
Can you get it to me too, Patty? I gotta run. I gotta go.
Yeah.
I gotta go pick up my little
Put it in our
guy.
director chat.
Okay.
Okay. Are you gonna post this so I can see the rest of it, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to upload it. Yeah.
Bye, guys. Let me know if anybody wants help with Project Broadcast. Seriously, because I'm doing it, like I said, weekly with my team, and some of Nancy's people have been jumping on with it. So I don't mind other people in there. So let me know.
Okay.
May I jump in on that?
Sure, anytime.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I'd like to.
And yeah, just message me. Y'all know where to find me, and I'll give you all the schedule. Okay, bye, guys.
All right, bye-bye, Denise. Yeah. And I don't know if anybody else knows this. Maybe Ida knows this, or anybody that's on Project Broadcast, but if you are in the regular project broadcast, and I think they actually share the links in the Pampered Chef project broadcast, but they do a weekly calls of landing pages and, you know, vendor events, and they do a whole bunch of different things, or open chats, like open office hours or whatever, where you can just go and you can kind of ask questions. So those have been very helpful to me. I mean, I'm learning more and more. The more I learn, I'm like, holy crap, this is like amazing. I'm like,
How much does project broadcast cost?
so it's $25 a month, and then the DSAM is another $10, but you do get a 30-day trial period. So I would make good on the trial period, you know?
I think it starts at $15 a month. I'm only paying $15 a month, but
For
you
both?
probably have, no, for a project broadcast, but
Right.
you said 25, but you probably have far more customers than
Oh,
I
no,
do.
no,
so
no,
you need
no,
more
that's
credits.
not true, because, okay, so I'm 15, and then with DSAM, it's another 10. So it's 25
Yeah.
total.
Right.
So
Total,
to
okay.
do both, that's what it is, yeah. So.
Because I
um,
really
worth
am
it.
thinking about getting into that. Customer care has got to be my main focus for this year. That's my
Yeah, I agree.
goal.
I'm with you. And I'm thinking, and you know, honestly, Becky, I have stopped doing customer care because I just never had the time. I was like, I just don't have the time for this. And it's been years. And I'm like, this is so nice because this program just does it all. It's automated. Like, you know, like people automate paying their bills. Like, you know, like you're like, oh my God, my husband is crazy. He's like, I don't know how you do that. I'm like, seriously? I go, that's like who needs it? I go, I don't need to pay the gas bill, the water bill, or this bill, or that bill. Why do I want to write checks and put them in the mail? Although probably some of you guys are still doing that, but I'm like, I was
How
like,
do you get all your contacts in there? You got to set it all up.
no, well, yeah, but you just do a CSV file. So you just export out of Pampered Chef, and then
See,
you,
It tells you step by step. Like, cause I was like, oh my God, CSV, I don't even know what that
That's
is.
what-
And it just makes it for you. Kind of like how, you know, when you do your survey, when you had people do your survey and it gives you that spreadsheet, it's just, you can make a thing from your Pampered Chef contacts
I've done
that looks
that.
like that. Yeah. And
Yeah,
then you
so-
just upload it and they're in like that.
Is
So
this done on your phone or can you do this on your computer?
I did it on the computer.
Oh, cool.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
because-
guys, I
But
need to take a
Project
quick call.
Project Broadcast does have an app, and when they message you back, you can message them from your app, from the app too, which I like.
I have both, but I imported my contacts on the computer because I wanted to see it. Like, I don't know, my phone just makes me nervous. And so seeing it on the computer big just made it easier for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely want to get into that. I've been working on being better about customer care, so that's definitely something that I want to do, is that project broadcast. Because doing the 4 questions I've been doing, my calendar is crazy full, and I need to be able to keep up with everything. And right now, I'm just, like somebody said earlier, you're so overwhelmed by the thought of customer care that you just don't do it at all. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm doing some, but not everything I should be doing. So I need
Girl,
to
in my-
change that.
I've never done customer care.
What's that?
I said in my 17 years, I've never done customer care. 'Cause I just don't know what to do or how to do it.
Isn't that crazy?
So just imagine all the people that I missed.
Right? Yeah.
Well, I know, and if they say the
It's like
14th
leaving-
in the follow-up, and that means that you're getting more of your stuff after the fact than you are, you know, at the time. It's like, well, if you're doing really good at the time, imagine how much better it could be if you're doing all this follow-up, and I'm just not doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's me. I'm not doing it. And if I'm gonna, you know, coach the team to do it, I need to be doing it. And, you know, that's something that I really want to focus on. That's my main goal, is to be good at customer care and consistent with it, and stick to it. Cause that's my thing is I'll set something up, a great system, and then I don't stick to it. You know, I'm like, well, I'm not gonna do that today. And then, so
Yeah.
I need to work on that. Where did Patty go?
Well, I don't know.
Well, one of
Hey,
the things too.
I'm
is-
sorry. I'm
One of
sorry.
the things,
I'm sorry. You know what? I
With
had
customer
somebody
care.
message me right away and they're like, call me now. And he wants to place a cookware order for his wife, but he had a whole but. He's like, maybe just put something together. I don't want to be cheap about it. I just want to, because I sent him all the cookware. So he's like, well, yeah, maybe a little bit of everything. Okay, I could do that for you. Yeah, we could do that for sure. Okay, sorry. So I didn't mean to walk away from you guys. Okay, so where were we at? What were you guys doing? Did you want me?
We were
they were
talking about,
they were talking about customer.
yeah.
I wanted to say
Oh,
one
okay.
thing, you know, we tend to get away from, we tend to get away from things because, you know, because it's time consuming and it's like, okay, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. What I've learned for me is to be consistent every day and start doing time blocks. Like I know the first thing when I get up in the morning, I'm doing my host coaching. You know, because I want to be able to give my hosts whatever they need to post very early in the morning. Because if I give it to them at, you know, say 11 o'clock, they might not have time that day. But if I give it to them very early in the morning, they're like, okay, I could do that during my lunchtime, or I could do that in the evening. And I mean, Project Broadcast makes customer care really easy. You know, it really does. But just to reach out, you know, make sure that you make time for that every single day. And that's what I had to do. I had to make sure that I scheduled time every day to touch my business, no matter what it is. Like I know, you know, like I know on Wednesdays, I set up my party. I know, and I have it on my calendar at 4 o'clock on Wednesday, I set up my party. I set up my parties for the next week. And to know that. Now, that's not to say that I ignore my family or anybody and my personal things, because I have to set up my party at 4, but to be able to adjust that. And one thing that I'm using is Google Calendar. Now I'm using Google Calendar, and I could look at it on Sunday night. I could look at it and I could rearrange things on my calendar. But I know it's on my calendar, and I can pull it up every day, and I know exactly what I'm doing at
Let's
what time.
see your
And
calendar.
then I can
Let's see your
see
calendar.
my.
Show me the calendar. I gotta get that. I mean, I use Google Calendar, but apparently I'm not doing it as well as I should be doing.
Share my calendar. I'm telling you, it's a work in progress. Okay? Because
No, I know, because that's how
Hey,
I.
mine is too, Ida. Mine is too. I just spent a whole day last week revamping my Google Calendar, and it's gonna start January 1.
Ooh, what are you doing that's different?
I'm changing like the day I start my parties, everything's getting changed.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. All cute colors. Okay.
here
I am
is
a
my
paper person.
calendar, and
Go ahead, Ida, sorry.
I was a paper. Look, I still have, which I have Belinda Ellsworth's calendar. I still
Yeah.
have this,
Okay.
but I can't write everything I need to do. One thing I love about Google Calendars too is it's on my phone. So,
Yeah.
you know, I have business today where I'm messaging people, you know, the everybody wins, all that stuff. But of course, a lot of people are working, so they're not going to message me till that night. So they'll message me and they'll say, yeah, I'll do a party. And I'll do a party for so and such a date. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, I don't have it with me. So I will put on my Google, I'll put a task for the next morning. Jennifer Terry's doing a party for Patty Masserino. So then I can go ahead and set that up and do all that. So that's one thing I love about my Google Calendar. So I'll do my task, and you can see all the different colors. I have my husband's, I have my husband's our doctor's visits because he can't remember anything, so I have to remind him he has a doctor's visit. I have all my, I have all my times, my meetings and all that. Because now when somebody wants to do a meeting or, or my team member, I send them Calendly. I send them Calendly to set a time with me to do one-on-one.
Yeah.
And
nice.
Calendly hook to my Google Calendar, and
Perfect.
it'll let them know what time is open.
I love that.
So surprising myself.
You're what?
I said, I'm so surprising myself.
I
The
don't know
one
what
thing
you're
that I
doing.
was doing at parties in here, as you could see, and I have it, I don't know if y'all could see like this orange right here. Those are my parties. Like
Okay.
I
Okay.
had 11 that particular week. I kind of slacked on that, but I want to get back to that so I could pull up the parties. And then that way, when I pull it up, I could also make notes, like, in the party,
Yeah. Yeah.
in that person. So I'm converting from paper to my Google Calendar because I have it at my fingertips. Those of you that know me and have Facebook friends with me, you'll see that I'm always traveling somewhere. I'm always traveling somewhere. Right, Patty?
Yes, I
I'm
think
moving
that
forward.
is wonderful. I like to be on the go. I think Donna started to say something. Am I right, Donna, about having paper? Did you start to say something?
Yes, I am a paper person, but Google Calendar has changed my life.
Oh, there you go.
And I always was like, I can't take the time to type in that stuff, but I have it down now. And so when the week is over, my Google Calendar is empty. And I love it because I've done everything, or I've moved it to the next week or whatever. But,
Right.
but I love it too, because every day I have a host coaching, like I have host coaching day 1. And I click on that and I copy, because it's in the description, what I'm going to send to my host. I don't have to go to a file and find it. And I may be doing stuff in ancient, you guys are probably way ahead of me, but I feel like it's just such a relief. I mean, you guys talk about project broadcast. It's on my list of things to do after the 15th, because I don't know what that is. But this has just been revolutionary to me.
It is. It's amazing.
If, and the same with, as Ida said, if I've got to call somebody, I used to write it on a scrap of paper. Now it's in my Google Calendar. Remember to call Jennifer, or follow up with, and I can write notes, like you said, Ida, follow up with Melinda, and I can write in there, her husband's in the hospital. So I remember, because as I get older, I forget everything.
Yeah.
So I love it.
I know, it just makes a difference. So your shows, Ida, are those tasks, or are they things in your calendar, like that? Were they like whatever weekly that you do? Is that what you would? I don't know how to say that right. I don't know if I'm saying that right. They're not tasks, right? They're not tasks, are they?
No.
Okay, so that becomes part of that's like your show day. That's like your shows. Current parties.
Right.
Okay.
What my intentions are, but I went off track setting this up. I have a calendar for current parties. And like Donna says, what I want to do is I want to put my host coach in there, and then I can move this from day 1 to the next day, and to, as I'm host coaching them each day, once I host, move them on. That's my intentions. But I went off track. Life happens.
Yeah. You're not host coaching in Project Broadcast?
No, I'm not yet. Right now I'm thinking messaging.
Okay.
I will make that transition to Project Broadcast, because I'm finding more and more hosts, they're not checking their Facebook messages.
Yeah.
But they'll text messages. So as soon as I could, there are some things that I can host coach that can be automatic, especially once the party starts. But the pre-party stuff is, they don't always invite that first day. So the next day, I don't want to say, oh, great job inviting, when they haven't invited yet, you know?
Yeah, I gotcha.
So,
I gotcha.
I probably do party host coaching, project broadcast, but my pre-party stuff, I'll have to,
Okay.
you kind of have to kick them in the butt sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. I
It
get it.
sounded like, though, from talking to Denise, that with that drip campaign, if they text something back to you once they've done the thing, then you could automatically send the second
Yeah.
thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's what I need. That would be awesome.
Yeah, that's what she's talking about. Yeah.
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 All right. We
And
got
Patty, I have to move to Becky tried getting me on Google Calendars, and I was doing it for a while. I was getting really good at it. And then, you know, like you get off track and then everything falls apart. But talking about your dog eating stuff, my dog has started eating paper, and my to-do lists are paper, and I have to close my office door. She has eaten. I sat down with a new consultant. I called her. I was like finding out all this stuff about her family and everything. I come back to my office the next morning and half of that paper is gone. She has eaten it. And so you see, I have my, you know, when you get your monthly $1,000, you know, Pampered Chef prize thing, I started putting these on the wall. Just to subtly, like when I'm talking to my downline, be like, look, you know. Well, one fell off the wall and she ate it.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I only knew that because I could see the thing that had been holding it up, and I could see one tiny scrap of it still on the floor. And it was one of these like
my
bright
God.
orange ones.
Yeah.
I was like, you ate my award.
I know. We have to shut every single door. I mean, she was eating. He was eating everything, like the fruit out of the. I had a baker's rack, and he was eating stuff out of the bottom, like decorative fruit things, and like everything, like ornaments, like stuffed animals, like socks. I mean, he's eaten things like a handy wipe and a headband, and he's pooped it all out. Like he totally ate it. Like, and then he would poop it out. I would be like, this guy is nuts. He's just, the track record is just crazy. I mean, you're right. Mail, paper, he can even put his paws, try to get him on the counter so that it pulls him down, and then they fall, and then he's eating things. He's eating things like, you know, if I have like, you know, quick cut paring knife on the counter, he's eating that, and then he chews the handle. Like, I've got what's over here? Yeah. You can't really tell. I caught him right away, but yeah, he starts chewing on like the thing, like that. He's chewed on everything. I'm like, this dog is gonna get it. Like, we had to actually, because we cannot leave him home alone, and so we had to go out and buy like one of those collapsible crates. Like the other dog, Figgy, which is Nikki's dog, has a regular crate that we put him in, you know, when we're gone, just because I can't have the two of them together, you know,
Right.
out without. But I'm gonna have to we had to get a crate for him. We had to get a collapsible crate for him because he's just, we used to have to close every single door, but the kitchen and, you know, I still have a living room and dining room, things that don't have doors. I was like, oh my God. And I have one of those furboos, you know, the things that you could see on camera. So I could see him. I could just see him eating this stuff.
You can't yell at him over your camera.
Oh, you can yell at him. You can yell at him and you could give him treats. But because you can talk on that, it's the most amazing. Like if you have never, it's like so cool. Like it's called Furbo, Furbo, and you could give him treats, and you could give him, and you could yell, you could talk to him. While like it's like a speaker. Like I'm like, I don't know how it does that, but it does. Yeah. So
speaking of dogs, my dog just came up here and he never comes up here, which makes me think he might have to go outside. So I'm gonna say goodbye.
All right, goodbye. We're not gonna be much longer.
Thank you for this. This was fun. My head hurts from all the things I need to
I know. I agree, Jennifer. Thank you so much for
see you
joining
all.
us. I appreciate it.
Bye.
Yeah. Thank you, Ida. I'm glad you jumped on. You were
Bye.
a big help. And did you answer? I know Hope had a question. How do you keep track of the birthdays? Do you send a few days before their birthday? Actually, I pull up the list before the month. Oh, okay. I put a note of happy birthday month. Okay. Oh, send their $10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to try to guess when the mail's going to get to them. So I pull up a list, like at the end of December, I'll pull January. I'll send it all the first week of January and say happy
Yeah.
birthday month. And just offer them a 10% discount.
I
So,
love that.
of
So
course,
there
and
is,
then
if you,
party,
oh, I'm sorry, go ahead. I can't hear you.
there's that birthday thing in that
Right,
DSAM gave
in
us,
Project,
and,
right,
you know,
right.
in
There
Project
is a
Broadcast.
birthday thing in there too.
So I
Yeah.
may be converting. So I don't know. It's just always so much nicer to get. You know, I might let them text that and just still send them a card. I just think it's a special touch just to, you know, send them a card in the mail. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I do a lot of, you know, I don't know. My business has also become a ministry too, because I have people who, you know, they don't want to book. You ask them why they don't want to book a party, then they tell me, well, my husband just diagnosed with cancer, or he's going through this and that. So I'll make notes and I send cards. I send those cards, and you know,
Yeah, I love
parent
that.
just died, or
I love that.
you know, and that's all part of the customer care. You know
Oh
what
my
I'm saying?
gosh,
So,
yeah, for sure. I love it. We just need a
So
whole.
with Project
I have to-
Broadcast, are your messages personal? I mean, or are they just, I mean, how do you make them?
yeah, you can change them the way you know.
But I mean, if you're sending out, say
even
you've got 30 people that need to get a text message on the same day, like the same message, is each one of them gonna have their name?
Yes. Yes.
And
Yeah.
but you have to set that
Yeah.
up.
Right. Well, it's just, you know, they have the forms, like what's it called? What kind of form is that? Dynamic fields. Dynamic field, where you click on dynamic field hi, and then they know to go get the first name of that person, and then whatever the rest of the message is. You can add in things like landing pages. You can add, for a vendor event I did, where they scanned the code and it went to their text message, and then it said, fill out this form, and they put their name and phone number in there. And then knew to do that. And then I sent them a e-cookbook for filling out the form. So there's a ton of stuff that you could do in there.
So where should I
would've known
start
that.
for training?
Project Broadcast, and I would definitely do both. I started, but they didn't have the DSAM, and then it was just a like a pilot thing. But I wasn't really doing much with Project Broadcast. I didn't have the time, and now I'm like kicking myself that I waited so long to do this.
So for like learning how to use it, where should I start?
So they have training right inside there. Inside Project Broadcast. Like if you go there, it just says video trainings. So there's two ways that they do that. They actually do a video, or you can go through and you can look at the step-by-step if you wanted to do that. But they're also on YouTube. They have a YouTube. And then I would get into the group. You know, I would get into the Project Broadcast Pampered Chef group, as well as the Project Broadcast regular group. And then they have now they're doing like a 101. So just to kind of get you started, you know. Yeah. And at some point, oh, go ahead.
I do want to learn about the gender event stuff, because I sure could have used that at my last.
Oh gosh, I was like, and then you don't have to manually. I was like, let me see if I can work this out. So I did. I didn't get a ton, maybe 20 something leads, but that was better than nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I was like, okay. Yeah. You know, and then it wasn't manual. It was all digital. You know?
Yeah, because I have to send out from this past event.
Yeah.
You know,
you could put them all in your Project Broadcast. You could put them all in your Project Broadcast, you know, right?
So
yeah. I also want to tag them, you know, the particular event, because I want to be able to send a broadcast out to them when the event comes up again, and let them know, hey, the new product. You know, I'm in the same spot as last year. Product, you know, that kind of thing. So
I gotcha.
So I'm so new to Project Broadcast. I got to figure out those tags and how to work all that. So
So how do your new contacts
Working-
on Consultant Corner get added into Project Broadcast?
DSAM. So now with DSAM, here's how easy it is. So when all you have to do is fill in like your email and all that other stuff, and then it automatically knows if it says, you know, a customer ordered from your website. It goes in there. So it's different. The online order is different than the party, but it picks up all of that and even adds what they purchased in there. So their list of products is also in there. And then it goes to DSAM, and then you process it in DSAM. So you send them, you know, hi, thank you for ordering from, this is Patty, your Pampered Chef consultant or whatever. Thank you for ordering from blah, blah, blah show. Part of my, what do you call it, is customer care. I pride myself in my customer care. So, and then join my Facebook group and yada, yada, yada. It's a quick, you know, what do you call it? You can even add a picture of yourself in there. And then it comes through when you send the thank you. So, and then once it processes, it's over in Project Broadcast. And when you look in Project Broadcast, it's like looking on your phone at your text messages. So you could see your chat in there. So any new messages you find, they're in there. It's like having like, you know, dual messaging, you know what I mean? But it's there, it is an app. So I can get it on my phone and I can answer from my phone as well. You know what I mean?
So are you constantly
Hey, Patty,
answering Project Broadcast messages? I mean, is it?
No, not constantly. You know, not everybody's going to answer.
No.
Sometimes it's a thumbs up. Sometimes it's like, okay, thanks, you know, or, you know, I had like when I did the shared rewards.
My project
Sorry. Go ahead.
up if
Go
you-
ahead, Ida.
I'm a sharer.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
All right, so
Oh, totally. Oh, I didn't even think of that. There you go.
this is Project Broadcast. And what she said is, and my DSAM's up because I keep both of them up when I'm working at my desk. Oh, it was up. I might have moved it. Okay.
That's okay. I
Anyway,
see you
this is
have them in
Project
your
Broadcast.
row. What do you call it?
This is Project Broadcast, and you can see if I click on this rose. I don't know if you can see all the, but these are the texts that I have to move y'all in my way. These are the messages, like this is the first message. This is what Patty was saying about the picture. So I sent her a picture and then, you know, hi Rosa, Saida, yada, yada, you know, customer service, great. How would you be interested in booking, whatever. And then this was when she first ordered, it went out. Well, then, you know, a couple weeks after that, her order was November 19th. So I just sent Rose, how are you? Check to make sure, what I call out of the box text, to make sure that she got it out of the box. So then she sent me one today that says, all is great, thank you. Well, I can go right down here and I could type, glad to know, please feel free to contact me if you have any questions. Spell the words right. There we go. And then I just hit send. So then that's going to get text right to her phone.
So you have preloaded all these messages in there?
Yeah, this is what Denise was calling about the drip. And I'll show you, they're called campaigns. So this is set up as a drip campaign. The 222 customer service. And then you see where it says drip messages. It has, now the first one is sent out through DSAM. The thank you for your order is sent out through DSAM. So then this is 3 weeks after, 55 days later, 5 months, 8 months. So these are going to automatically go out when these times come up.
So
That makes
Project Broadcast and DSAM, that figures out all your dates? That schedules, when you put in the first one, then it schedules?
Right. Once you use DSAM will help you set up these drip campaigns for your new customer care. But then, like for me, I set up this campaign for my pantry. And Project Broadcast, once you do the videos and the training and stuff, they'll show you step by step how the different campaigns work. Whether it be a drip campaign or one like my pantry customers, it's a repeating campaign every month, and then it goes out on the 10th of every month. As a matter of fact, I set myself up as one of the pantry, and I just got the text message. About the pantry item because I put myself in there to test it because it was one of my first ones. But this shows you the contacts and all for that. So.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
so
definitely gonna
here's
look
the
into that.
This is one that I sent out today, and she came back and she said, no, thanks. You know, this is Ida just checking in to see how you're doing on your pantry items you purchased. Will you be needing a refill? I'm placing an order on the 15th, so if you're running low and need to order more, just let me know what you need, and I will order it for you and save you the shipping cost. Just text me what you need, and I'll text back an invoice for you to pay. So, and right now, it's one thing I'm still using Amy for because I could put the order in Amy and text them an invoice. But
What
that's
is
another
Amy?
story. It's an app. It's a customer care app.
Okay.
Is what it is, and that's started out using as customer care. But with Amy, you have to input all your orders, and so it became time consuming. But now with Project Broadcast and DSAM, because DSAM communicates with Project Broadcast, and what DSAM does, it takes the email that you get from Pampered Chef, and it takes the information in that and goes into DSAM, and then you could send your first message from DSAM, and then it populates Project Broadcast. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I know it was confusing for me when I first heard Anna talk about it, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's just blowing me away. But now it's blowing me away because it's working great for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is genius, really. You know?
Yeah, it really is. And I'm like, Patty, the more I learn about it, the more I'm like, oh my gosh, why wasn't I doing this earlier?
That's how I feel about
There's
boards.
so many.
Like, where was
Huh?
boards? That's how I feel about boards. I love boards. You know, I
Yeah,
use the boards app constantly. I love it.
So that's just kind of brief, you know. And then, you know, like once every season, I'm going to start sending out a text message saying, hey, you know, it's me again. It's a new season. Just want to let you know, we got whatever I say. We got new products, and then share a link to my online catalog, to the catalog, you know, so that way I'm going to be reaching out and touching more people that way, you know. I've always been a big bit of customer care. And it used to drive me crazy because I used to work a full-time job. And by the time I get home at night, it was 8 o'clock at night. And I'm like, okay, well, I can't call these people, you know? And it used to drive me crazy because I knew I was leaving money on the table by not following up. And so I'm just, you know, like I said, I now have repeat customers every year. They order Christmas from me. I have, you know, even like my vendor events, they know I'm going to be there. So they show up to see what the new stuff is. Only because I'm messaging saying, hey, I'm going to be here. Yeah, you know, I'm just a big advocate on, and I think it comes from working in the hotel industry because, you know, it just, we like repeat business. So if you have that repeat business and you keep adding on new business, that's how you're going to grow, and that's how you're going to blossom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll take the customer that comes and spends $20 a month over the one that comes and spends $100 once a year, for sure.
And then you never see them. Right. Yeah, I'm a big advocate on repeat business and customer care. And you build relationships. And that's the big thing about customer care too, is build relationships. And that's why I said I like to send out birthday cards. You know, people don't get birthday cards in the mail hardly anymore, you know. Everybody Facebook's messages happy birthday. You know what I mean? So that's why I like to send out those cards or send out.
You're sending them to all your customers or just past hosts?
Oh no, I send anyone who gives me their birthday.
Oh,
Because when I send out my thank you for your order text, I'll say, hey, would you like to be part of my birthday club? And ask them for the month and the date. And so if they give that to me, then I put them part of my birthday club. Now, will it ever get too much where it's just too many cards I can send out? Maybe. But I think that I'm going to do in combination with texting the DSAM birthday, the Project Broadcast birthday text, and then surprise them with a birthday card in the mail.
because I'm gonna
You know,
start doing
I
in
just get about-
January. In January, in my VIP group, I'm gonna start the birthday club. And I'm
Yeah.
gonna run that shared rewards party once a month. The birthday shared rewards
I try to
party.
cheapest box of birthday cards I can find, and I just,
Right.
like I said, I just at the beginning of the month I just write them all, because in that way I don't have to worry about remembering when to send them out. I just write them all out and say happy birthday month. Here's a gift certificate for me, and hope you enjoy your birthday or whatever. So that's what I
That's
do.
awesome. It's working for you. All right, I gotta get going.
So, Patty,
All
thank
right.
you.
Me too. Yeah, sorry, I'm
Thank
getting
you for-
sidetracked now. What's
Thank you for
that?
sharing everything, Ida.
Yeah. Oh, I can stop this
You're welcome.
recording. Eek.